Hello, I am Steve from Mac84 and welcome to another Mac84 live stream. This is part 2 of our Apple set-top box prototype tinkering around. I've had this thing since about 2006, 2007, so after 15 years, the last live stream we got some decent life out of it. We're going to continue with that today and press our luck and see if we could get anything working again. So, we have a bunch of people here in the chat. Dana is here, Raw Elements is here, Canadian Computer Collector is here, or was here, Derek is here, Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech is here, Retro Fox is here, Adam is here, Chris is here, Joe is here, Carthor is here, Jeff is here, Brian's here, Eric is here, and Don is here, and a bunch of other people are piling on in. So there we go. 2K Compliant is here. Oh, Justin is still streaming. Wow, he started at 8. I thought he'd be done by now, but I can't stop farting. Still, Dan makes time, even between his gaseous episodes. So what the heck are we doing today? That's a very good question. Huh? Who are you? Why am I here? So, yeah, we have a weird Apple prototype thing here today. So let me give you some backstory here for those of you joining for the first time. This is a big box. This is an Apple set-top box 1 prototype, and yeah, it has this big old board that this LC motherboard I will kind of lift up sits on top of. And I always got that board to work individual of this one, and now we could actually plug things in and try and get this to work. However, I think this needs to be recapped. So I think that's what we're going to do first here on the stream. We're going to recap the capacitors on there. And then I wanted to show off, this is what was on the shelf before. This is the set-top box version 3. This is not a prototype because it was used in public places as a kiosk or a hotel room box and things like that. I believe Disneyland had the Disneyland Hotel rather had quite a run with this. And it is a very slick little box. You have a power supply built in there. You have a bunch of video I/O and audio I/O. You have a network jack, which is not Ethernet, although it looks that way. You have some type of expansion slot, which I don't think anybody has cracked yet. But let me take the lid off here to show you what's inside. Now this does boot. Doesn't do anything exciting because there is no software on the Mac OS that could really do anything with the video I/O. So this thing is basically a Macintosh 475 or so. It has an LC 68040 LC 25 megahertz processor in there. There's this very proprietary card slot which does not fit anything that Apple had made previously. There's some bodge wires here, so you could tell that this thing was not really ready for, I mean, it was ready for what they did, but, they could have probably fine-tuned it in later revisions. You have an ADB port on the side, so you get keyboard in there. There is a spot for a fan that was not populated, and there is even a header right there, J5, where you could solder a fan. There is a status light right below the power button here, and the infrared receiver is right by the Apple logo. There is no hard drive because this was designed to get information from the network. This particular box, depending on the ROM, and I believe the ROM I have is a factory, a factory Gold Master LC ROM. So it just boots as a normal Mac would, where there are proprietary ROMs that some people have. Hopefully I get a hold of one soon so I could copy it and try and work with this thing. That instead of booting to the Mac OS, it looks for some sort of network connection and tries to boot off of that. Now, of course, those Oracle servers or whatever it was supposed to connect to at the time no longer exist. So any hopes of something like this actually booting off something like that, I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. However, it is very neat. It's in a little black box. It's very neat. It has Macintosh LC power supply, has Macintosh LC processor, the same memory and ROM as an LC 475 would take, and so on and so forth. So has quite a lot of stuff in here. I have seen photos of a card plugged into here that did give you DB15, so video output, so it might have been for development purposes. I wish I had one, or even a reverse engineered copy of that, but that's like finding hen's teeth, I guess. But we do have a reset switch next to the battery holder on this thing. I picked this up for $50 about probably 15 years ago or so. At the time, eBay was flooded with them. You could get any of these. They were all, the same guy had a bunch of them, 50 bucks each. So yeah, that's the story behind mine. The original power supply had to be recapped, so I just swapped one out. But there's some information at the bottom. This says the device has not been tested and approved by the FCC. My serial number here is S as in Steve, F as in Frank, 516030522J. And there's another number up top, 330-7099135. And it looks like there's probably a missing barcode from that label. The card is not exactly, the card slot is probably not PDS, but who knows. But smarter people than me have probed around with it. There is a floppy connector on board, which I find interesting. It is not populated, but there is a connector there. And people were like, oh yeah, too bad there's no floppy controller on here. But one of these custom chips actually does the floppy controlling along with the SCSI stuff, I believe. So technically I could solder a floppy connector to here and have a floppy drive, I guess, if you really want to. But then again, it's, yeah. But there's a bunch of bodge wires here, a lot of glue here, some bent up pins to fit bodge wires, a lot of weird funky stuff. So I just wanted to show this to you because I alluded to it yesterday, but I did not have the ability to bring it off the shelf. But it has a variety of I/O connectors there. The SCART connectors say do not remove because here in the good old United States, we don't use SCART. But yeah, that's a closer look at the ports on the back. But those are just stickers over it. It does have SCSI, so that's the only way to boot this thing. You could boot it, but you're not going to get any video output. So I was able to use Timbuk2 to remote into it. I prepared the hard drive on a different device, on a real LC. And so I was booted it, and I got it to boot up, but yeah. No such luck in getting it to do anything out of those video outputs, at least not yet. So this was, I believe, 94, 95. Says U.S. patent numbers licensed for limited pay-per-view uses only. So yeah, copyright 1995 is on the bottom of this, and my set-top box here has a label on the ROM that says 1994. So that makes sense. Only short. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this board out so we could recap it and get a closer look at it under the microscope. So LC power supply that I know is working. And my board has a few differences. I'm going to show some pictures in a moment. A very kind gentleman by the name of Grant Hutchinson on Mastodon has been awesome in sharing the information that he has about his prototype. He has a very similar box. And what's cool about that is his had the original frickin' hard drive. And he made a disk image of that and sent it to me. And I'm very happy to say he has given me permission to share that. So I'll be making an image of that and sharing that on archive.org and Macintosh Garden. So we'll be able to share this interesting stuff with the world. Now, I have modified this with a little button to bridge the trickle and ground to start up the power on this system. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me get this logic board out of the way. Let's turn on the microscope here. Take a look at this board. Now I noticed on these photos I'm about to show you, there's some corrosion exactly where my board is corroding. So let's get those on screen for a moment here. Screen sharing, here we go. Let me just bring this up here. Boop-a-doo. And so what we have here is some great photos by Grant Hutchinson. So that's the person I just mentioned before who sent me the hard drive. Here are photos of his set-top box. You can see his has the lid. My lid is somewhere on the other side of the basement, but I do have it. And you can see the top and the bottom of those boards there. Most interestingly, there's a floppy drive. Mine has that too. But yeah, cool stuff here. So there's the top of his LC475 board. Now his has a red button on it. Mine does not, but that's just a reset or an interrupt switch. Some of his ROMs have labels on them. His didn't have any ROM sim or anything. Same cables poking out the back for the serial and the audio. That's the bottom of the case. Mine is missing some of the rubber and the screws. This is the top, where he had a hard drive mounted on the top lid. Mine did not. That's pretty neat. You have beautiful quality photos. You could just zoom right into these things. So the hard drive said set-top box 1, system 7.1 NTSC. So this was a Seagate Apple part number drive. I think it was a 500 meg or something like that. And there's a floppy drive, and of course the hard drive got power from the board. This is development. This is, prototype stuff. So the floppy drive was probably just to boot the darn thing up, just for network purposes, because everything else would be streaming off the network probably. In fact, wouldn't be surprised if when this thing is connected to the bottom, it ignores everything and is looking to boot off of a floppy or something. Who knows? But anywho, we have the logic board here, and look at this. When you look in that network area, there's quite a bit of corrosion there, just a wee bit by my cursor there. So there's a bit of that on mine as well. So I'll have to clean that up. But yeah, here's a look at the logic board, very detailed look. You have this C-Cube, which is a MPEG chip of some kind. You have this programmable Xilinx chip, or however you pronounce that. I mean, if I plug a floppy drive into it, I've done it before, it just acts like a normal Mac, but it's not going to do anything special with booting it or anything. We have a fan, we have all these other connectors here. That's the number of the board, 94V0, whatever code name that means. There's a sticker 10 on here, which maybe this was the 10th model, I'm not sure. But yeah, so he has a ROM similar to mine. And then he has a sticker on the side, which I don't. My sticker is long gone probably. But very, very cool to see another one of these out in the wild. You don't see too many of these. So I thought this was very neat. And then of course this is the I/O back of the other model. What else did I want to show? Yeah, so here's how everything sits in. You have the two SI power supply there. And that plugs into the system. I have this little plastic thing that lifts it up. That's in my parts drawer somewhere. But yeah, so anyway, just wanted to share those nice pictures of this thing. Beautiful museum quality piece that he has. Mine have seen better days. It was mailed to me a long time ago. And yeah, but still very cool stuff. So 8-inch floppy drive. Yeah, I don't know about that. I had a bottle of water I brought down with me. Here it is. Getting quite parched by talking to you all. How's everyone doing? Anything new going on? Anyone buy anything neat? Anybody do any cool Marcintosh stuff? This is basically my Marcintosh stuff. Well, I keep forgetting to push the darn hashtag in the thing. Excuse me. All right, so let's start looking at this thing. So I'm going to get a piece of paper and I'm going to start noting where the capacitors are on this thing. Now we have those beautiful high-res photos from Grant, so I'm not going to bother getting too crazy with the photos that I'm going to take. But I do want to note the capacitor values, and I'll show why in a moment. Let's get a piece of paper out here. Testing machines you required all night. Sounds like a Thursday night party to me. Chicks go wild for that testing of computer electronics all night. Honey, I swear we'll watch that movie. I just got to reinstall Windows XP and see if I can download these graphic drivers from 1997. Okay, and Joel is here. Hey, Joel, how's it going, man? Anybody else who joined who I didn't miss? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, yes. Getting Garage OMAX cleared out. Finally. That has been taking you a while. My goodness. All right, so I'm just going to make a very crude little diagram of where the caps are on this board. I just have a pencil and a paper. So just don't mind me for a while. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just making a very crude diagram here so I could make a note of where the caps are and where they go. So when I replace these, I'll have an idea. So there's two up there. There's one over here. So big one over there. There's one over here. There's one over there. Next to that, we have that connector there. And there's a cap hiding right behind there. And a big old one hiding right behind there. There's the power socket. Let's see, there's that one there. There's this little one there. Just sprinkled all throughout the board here. So we have quite a variety here. So let's double check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm missing one. Of course I'm missing one. Of course. Oh, yep, missed that little guy right up there. Okay, cool. So, we have quite a few variety of caps here. A lot of them are 10 microfarad 16 volt, some are 47 16s. And then I think the big ones here, which have leaked the most, unfortunately, seem to be 100 microfarad, that must be 16 volt. I'm going to have to use the microscope because just as Bruce was talking about on his Macintosh 2 video recently, the little way that some of these caps are labeled with this little yellow tape around them, very difficult to see. So let's try and zoom in with the microscope here. And it's like this little label that they put around the caps. Let's see if we could make out what this says, huh? So it's looks like it's a Nichicon. It's a 100 microfarad 10 volt. Oh geez, I don't know if I have those. I have the 16. I think you could go up in voltage slightly. But that certainly says 10. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but I could see it in my eyes. I would have just assumed 15. Let's try and adjust that slightly. Yeah, it says 10. Okay. And let's just check this one so we don't have any surprises. That's also a 10. Oh, yeah, look at the green on that. Oh, boy. Oh, that's going to be fun to clean up. Excellent. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Oh, boy. Sorry, just counting software says machine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so those are 100 microfarad, I'm sorry, I'll keep on to say 16, 10 volts. So I'm just going to make a note here that this one and this one, those are both 100 microfarad, 10 volts. Neat, I guess. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one? 5. Yeah, there we go. So these are the 47 microfarad, 16 volts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 47, 16. And the rest of these little small ones are 10 microfarad, 16. So those are 10, 16. Now what I'm not going to do next, sorry Joe, I'm just going to mark which side is positive and which side is negative. Now on the electrolytic caps, the little black band is actually negative, I believe. Instead of like the tantalums, it means positive. So I'm just going through to put that little mark here, because once I take them off, it's probably not marked on the board. So, yeah. I'm just going to be very careful. Yeah, so the positive is marked on the board in some places, which is great. But on these electrolytics, the black little circle means that it's negative. So we're just going to make sure we denote those correctly. And the ones with the little sticker on it, they actually have black on the little sticker on one side, which helps. All right, so I'm just going through here, just making notes because that's what I need to do. And this little one up here is like that. Because you don't want to get that wrong, especially with the prototype. I only have one of these. I don't want to break it. No, sir. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. I know it's a bit late for a live stream, but we had Justin's stream and MacYack and all this stuff going on. So it's like, you know, trying to find time. We didn't want to wait till the weekend because I'm hopefully releasing my Blue Scuzzy review video then. And I don't usually like to live stream directly after I've released a big video like that because it's like, I did all that work to release a video. I want that to be the video that people see for a while. But all right, so here's my very crude diagram. Please excuse the crudity of this model. It's not built to scale. And that's what we got here. All right, so this is set-top box V1. And today's date. Oh, come on, watch. I just charged you. The 9th. All right, cool. Speaking of recaps, I have to recap my PowerMax 7500 suit. Oops. That's rough. Because I have quite a few of those. And I hope I don't have to recap them anytime soon. But I guess I do. All right, so I have a bunch of caps here. Which ones are these? Which ones are these? 4716s. Okay. Where'd the little baggie go for that? That's not good. I misplaced the bag for these. Eep. Eep. Oh, gosh. Steven, you idiot. You idiot. You misplaced the bag for the capacitors. Well, we'll just shove them in here. That'll be fine. Yeah, so unlike the electrolytics, the tantalums have a stripe where it is positive. So that could throw you off if you're new to this sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm going to have to redo some of my PowerMax coming up soon. So, all right, let's adjust myself in this chair. And before we start recapping this, I just want to see if I have 10 microfarad, 10 volt, 100 microfarad capacitors. I don't think I do. I have 6.3 volts. But let's just take a look and see, you know. I might. You never know. Might have some weird can ones, you know, crummy ones. That probably are not the best, but a cap's a cap. So here's the 1016s. We'll need quite a few of those. These are the 47s. We'll need those too. Yeah, I would actually be surprised if I had them. I don't think I've ever had to order those before, if memory serves. Which is just, you know, ironic, because I just made a capacitor order. Like $100-something in parts. So I could have easily added, you know, an extra $2 to the thing. But, you know, that's life. So those are 100 microfarad, 25 volts. That's a little higher. I mean, if I use the 16 volts, if I go up in 16 volts in voltages, that's not going to be too bad. And it'll be fine. You could go up in voltage a bit. You know, if you're replacing 16 volts, you go up to 25. So I don't think that's really going to harm it, you know. So I'm not too worried. But I was just curious if I had that exact size, which it seems I don't. So does anyone need a sealed inbox Apple Laser Writer 2 EPS toner cartridge? Joel, I have a Laser Writer 2. Yeah, yes. It's dangerous because you have my address. Should be careful about what I claim from you. Oh boy. I also apologize if there's some video lag. OBS is showing a bit of lag with my audio and my video. Sorry if that's the case, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. I'm streaming from an old Mac Pro. Old Mac Pro. All right, cool. So we got those two caps. So let me find the 100. I think those. I have the 6.3s, but I should also have the 6s. Let me just see. Hold on, I just got another order. One moment. Let me grab those parts. Oopsies. I burped and forgot I had a wireless microphone on. That was a freebie. That was a freebie for you folks. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Nobody cares. All right, cool. Let's see what we got in the box. Joe! Joe did a fun March and Toss stream the other day looking at some gnarly 2 CI boards. Open this bag. Suddenly it's a mic stream. Excuse me. All right, let's see what caps are in here. 4716s, 1025s, 1033s. More 1016s. Okay, so that won't have it. Let's just see. Yeah, here's some... No. No, these are... I forgot what I ordered these caps for. Oh, God. Probably for some power supply. Somebody duped me into recapping, and I'm like, I'll do it. Now I have to look up these toners. You know how many Apple laser printers I have, Joel? Probably not. Apple toner. M196. OG/A. Let's see. The Toner Depot. Oh, Laser Writer Select. I have that too. I have that one too. That one actually works. I will gladly pay shipping for those, my friend. So we'll be in touch. That's actually a good one. I have the box for it and everything. Yes, so also want. Yeah. So yeah, I have the Select, was it 360 or whatever? I think I have 2 Apple sealed toner boxes in that corner there. One was for the personal 360. I think the other one's for the Select 360. But I mean, they don't make that stuff anymore, so it's sure it's long expired. But who cares? I'll take both, Joel. Don't tell me anything else you have. My wife will murder me. All right, let's get at the heat gun here. Now I'm going to be quite careful of the amount of heat I put on this thing, but we should be okay, hopefully. Yeah. So I'm going to take a look at the microscope with this thing, and you're gonna look along with me. So here's the worst of it I've seen. Let's see if I could focus this just a wee bit better. I think there's a dead bug on there. Some other lovely stuff. Look at that. We have some quite a bit of green. Let's try and get the best. Yeah, a lot of hair and green on here. I mean, it's not looking the best. Those are some bad traces. Well, we have some little dents in the traces there. I wouldn't say they're necessarily bad, but who knows? That could be causing something. We don't know. But that was the worst of it. It looks like the bigger of these caps leaked. Ooh, it's a bit crunchy. Oh, I don't think that's making a connection anymore. I don't know where my scalpel is. That's not good. But yeah, I want to recap it first. If it doesn't work after that, we'll ultrasonic it. But yeah, I mean that could explain why we're getting some weird startup issues, I guess. But I think it's the first time I ever looked at this extensively under a microscope. Oh, there's a huge forest of little caps over here too. Let's see how those are going. That one's actually fine. Where's the tiny little ones? There we go. Those actually look okay. Those don't look too bad. So okay. That's interesting. There's a sticker on the Philips chip that says E1 OK. Now E1, I believe, was the networking interface. I don't know if that's exactly what this sticker was referring to, but it does sit fairly close to that networking jack on here. But who knows if it's actually connected to it. It looks like there's a few. This BT chip might be doing that. I'm not sure. But I guess we could look up what some of these chips do. Yeah, at least there's no battery on the board. Thank goodness. I'm gonna just look up this chip, or Joe can look it up, and I'm gonna look it up too. Joe will be faster than I type, but BT806 9B KPJ butt tech. I love your mind, Joe. I love your mind. Well, if I need a replacement chip, they're $12. So that's not bad. See if I get an explanation of what the heck these are. All right. Well, I'll just put it in the chat. There we go. Yes, I would assume this is some type of, yeah, exactly what Adam's saying. It used to be for video output. But that's going to there, and then there, and the network jack is there, so not sure. Not exactly sure. But anyway. All things considered, this board doesn't look too bad. 24th week of 1994. Neat. 25th week rather. And this one is the 29th week of 94. And this one is the 16th week of 92. No, that may be... I don't know. That's the... I'm going to guess this is memory? Like 80 speed? Not sure. But anywho. They were just using whatever pots they had. Now, it's interesting that Flickr photo, the really nice Flickr photos, this chip on theirs has a different name on it. Let's see if I could bring that up here. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, here we go. Their chip says, was it Cyclops 2 on the U13? It says Cyclops 2. And theirs also has a bodge wire, which makes me feel a little bit better about the bodge wire, I guess. But mine says 341500291699. It's a RAM chip. Okay. Joe. Joe is making modem sounds. Somebody please dial up his provider. Make sure he's okay. Make sure he's okay. Let's see if any other differences in these chips based on this gentleman's photographs. No, looks like things appear to be similar. So, yeah, it looks like, I don't know if like that was for like probing or whatever. Maybe they wanted to be able to disconnect and reconnect that quickly. I have no clue. Unfortunately, I don't have schematics or anything about this. But anywho, all right, let's remove that. Let's get some flux on the board, and I guess we'll start getting this stuff off. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Some type of a circuit board you got here? What's going on? Hey, buddy, how's it going? All right, so I guess we'll get this big ass chip off first. We start here with the biggest asses of chips. By golly, that's too much flux. We here at Mac 84 are frugal. All right, yeah, we'll do that one there too. There as well. And I know what some people are probably thinking, oh my god, it's a prototype. Don't take the original caps off. Oh, the humanity. They're leaking. They're not staying on here. They're going to do more harm than good at this stage. So, we need to get these off of here. Alright, so let's turn on our heat-a-majig here. As everything falls on my desk and the furnace turns on. Perfect timing. Now, as I've said before, my above camera is unplugged in order to do the capture device thingamajig. So what I'm going to do is switch back to my main camera here, and I'm going to point down this dealie here, and we're going to try and use some hot air on this and try and clean that up. At least get these old caps off. So let me make sure I have my tweezers here. And now this is a big old fat cap. This is bigger than most of them, but all right. Let's try and do this in a civilized way. No, I did not clean the board, but it looks pretty darn clean except for this area. So we're gonna get to that. So let's try and get this cap out of here. I should have put a little dab of solder on there, because these are very dry. Yeah, you know what? Let me turn this on. Sorry for the noise, folks. I'm just going to put a little dab of solder to help, because this board has... it looks abnormally dry for the amount of solder that's on there, etc. So let me just help this along here. Oh, that's stinky. That is a stinky cap. Yeah, that's not good. Well, while I have the iron here, let me just touch up some of these. And you're like, wait, you're putting solder on there and you're just going to take it off. Well, it helps. It helps to remove the old crusty solder from these caps, which has been just sitting here. Not doing anybody any good. And I can already tell some of these I'm going to have a problem with. But we's going to try. Fish heads, fish heads. Eat 'em up, yum. All right. Let's try this again. Now it does have RF out. That's what this big old box here is for. But no AV out. Now I have no idea what a set-top box version 2 prototype was. I've never seen one. Maybe that did. Who knows? But let's try this again. All right, that cap came off. It's a big old boy too. Now let's do the next big one because I think these are going to be the biggest problems here. Oof, that's a stinky one. It's a stinky one. My goodness. All right, let's just leave that there. All right, let's see if I get these 4716s off. All right, that one came off pretty quietly. All right, got that off here. Just taking our time. I have this on a lower heat as usual, just to try and make this a bit more delicate. All right, we have 2 more 47/16s here. Let me just move this here. And then we have just the tiny ones left, which should actually go pretty quickly, hopefully. Those usually don't put up too much of a fight. I'd like to thank all 40 of you for stopping by. Hopefully we could get some interesting positive results out of this thing tonight. Alrighty, we'll do this one next. Oh, it's a stinky one. Alright, that one's gone. And so yeah, now all we have is the little tiny ones. Let me turn this off. Oh, Joe found a thingamabob. What'd Joe find? Oh, this is a thingamajig. With I guess a broken link. No, I said go off, not on. No, off. There we go. All right. Yeah, I would advise look up reviews, especially people on YouTube and stuff like that who tinker around with the stuff like me, and see what hot air stations they use. I started out with the cheapo one. It lasted me for years. I just wanted something that was a little bit better than what I did have, and the one I had was having some issues, which I think was just a manufacturing fault. But I didn't want to roll the dice on that specific one again, so I decided to just get a little bit of a more fancier one. What? We're not having a perfect like ratio. How dare people? Please like the video if you enjoy what you're seeing. Please? Maybe? Kind of? You like my button. Thank you. I have a bunch of these old retro iOmega buttons. Hold on. There we go. No, don't want to bake the board till the caps fall off. You silly goose. No. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these little 10 microfarad 16 volt caps that we have to get off of this board. So just going to put a little dab of flux by each one. That's the wrong one. We need this one here. And yes, I'm using a pencil as a little plunger thing because I didn't get one with the tiny syringe here, so I'm just improvising. These little caps usually come off just with some heat. You don't really have to worry about them, at least on the Macs I've played around with. It just seems to be that, you know, the amount of heat I'm pushing at them with the heat gun, they don't seem to put up too much of a fight. We'll see how wrong I've proven. Hey Bruce, how's it going? All right, so let's take off these the tiny caps now. We're off to the 10 microfarad 16 volts. Where's my tweezers? There's they are. Alrighty, and we're on our way. All right, off the board. Alright, that one's off the board as well. Again, sorry you can't see this, just a very awkward angle to have this thing under the microscope, but we'll get under there close enough. Soon enough, rather. My goodness, words are hard. Woo, that one just went flying away. Alright, that one came off. We have 4 more to go. Three more to go. Alright. 2 more. Now that one I'm going to save for last. Now we have one that's right next to that potentiometer. Be very careful about that. Let me scroll this up here. No, Joel. No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Try with the PC. Well, the TV box was sort of like this appliance deal that they were gonna maybe, have in homes and stuff. Kind of, excuse me, kind of like a web TV type thing. But I guess they saw that they had already so many cooks in the kitchen. They had so many other products that they were doing. Apple was not doing well financially. The Pippin was a flop, and I don't think Apple wanted to follow up with another box for the home. I truly believe that these were meant to be sort of like a web TV type experience. But maybe it was not supposed to be for the public. Maybe it was just going to be for, well, not for private use, rather. It was going to be for hotels and things like that. That's where the trial runs were done and all this stuff. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure why they decided not to, but they did. So I had to get kicked out of a stream. Oh gosh. All right, so let's remove this last one, which is right by the plastic potentiometer. So I put a little heat shield there, just to try and protect it a little bit. All right, that's gone. I think we're all set there. Excuse me. Well, see, that's the funny thing. People say, "Oh, it's like an Apple TV." Well, not really. I mean, the purpose of this was supposed to be like an internet gateway type deal, where you would have information at your fingertips of either what was going on with the weather, or like a shopping guide, or a travel type thing, and it would be in your hotel room, or it would be in a mall or something like that. So it's basically a computer, yeah, but there was no way, I mean, all right, looking from some of the things online, we see that maybe there might have been some movie playback and stuff like that, but unlike the Apple TV where that's like the main functionality, I think that was kind of like the extra thing. I think this was going to be like an interactive experience type deal, but whatevers. Wiki says Apple's going to release one with a black keyboard and a mouse and a CD300 drive. Oh, that would have been neat. Yeah, I could see the CD-ROM drive. That would have made sense to be like multimedia, but then that's basically a Pippin, but the Pippin was PowerPC. Well, Macs did have cut-down ROMs on, cut-down OSs on the ROMs, the Mac Classic did. This had a hard drive in it, though. And the final units that were in hotels booted off of some type of network. But all right, anywho, we got this cleaned up. So, Go ahead and start inspecting what we got here. So let's switch over to the microscope view and take a look at everything that got left behind. So I'm going to take a look at the worst part here. This is by this BT chip. That doesn't look too terrible. It's certainly crusty. Seen better days, but we can clean that up. If I can find the thingy. There we go. And I had, there we go, little cotton swabs here. Yeah, I mean, think of like the interactive stuff you used to have on like a satellite box. I mean, there's a demo showing like HBO movies, but I don't think you would have streamed the movies. I don't know. Might have been just trailers. Who knows? I would love to find out more about this. So any former Apple engineers or folks who are watching this know more about that, that's not just repeating what the wiki articles have, I'd love to find out some genuine information behind this stuff. I know it was shown off at Macworld, and it's just briefly mentioned in some newspapers, but don't really say what like the whole goal behind it was. But yeah, there's some corrosion on this chip here. I'm thinking it'll be a bit happier when we clean it off. So I have to get my scalpel, which I misplaced. It's hopefully nearby somewhere. But you know, we have some little solder balls and junk that we'll have to get through here. But overall, this board looks very dry. You know, there are no batteries on it. That was good. So I do have a black ADB keyboard and mouse, but it came with the Macintosh TV I have. It would be appropriate to use it on this, I guess, but unless we get anything working with it. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to bring either this or this and the final version, like the final prototype, to VCF East. So even if we can't get it working, I think it'll be a neat thing to show. So I'll bring that, so that'll be fun. Yeah, some pieces of gunk on here. There were some questionable looking traces by some of these caps, so we'll get those looked at. Yeah, those two 100 microfarad 10 volt capacitors look to be the worst. Like I said, I don't have those parts, but I have, I believe I have 100 microfarad 16 volts, I think. That shouldn't be too much of a difference going up in voltage. I hope I have those. I really thought that I did, but we shall see. So I'm just giving a very rough cleanup first. Just trying to see if there was anything hiding under these caps. Most of them look fine. Except the two that we were just looking at that I was talking about. Most of these look okay. How much did that black Apple design keyboard set you back? I mean, unfortunately, at the end of the day, it's an Apple design keyboard. I remember seeing one for like $50 years ago, and I was thinking, I don't need it. 65. Okay, that's not too bad. Too bad. I think I would have paid that. I don't have the machine it goes with, but maybe I'll just spray paint mine. Oh my god, they're like a dime a dozen. Those they used to be, at least. The Apple design keyboard, not the best typing experience, but you know what? A keyboard's a keyboard. If it's that or having no keyboard at all, I think most people would choose to have a keyboard. All right, so these little caps are A5. I'm gonna have to clean up some of that, I think. Yeah, especially that corrosion by there. All right, let's see. I need to find where I put that scalpel. I remember I was opening boxes and I had it on the ground at one point and I picked it up. So let me go ahead and look for that. I'm going to put on the dance music here for a moment. I'll only be a minute or so, but I don't want to have you staring down at the blank board. So take a look at this just for a moment and grab a drink, grab a snack, and I'll be back in just a minute or so. Want one with your printer ribbons and cartridges, don't you? Are you sure? Yes, sure. Send me whatever. Oh, God, there's going to be a big box the size of a car coming. That's all right. I'll foot the bill. Hello. I have no idea where the heck that scalpel went. That's probably a very bad sign because I had it to open up this box with very thick tape on it. And I was over in that side of the basement with it. And I don't know where I put it. I was probably so excited taking that box open, ripping that open. I don't remember where I put it, which is bad because now there's a sharp scalpel just hanging around, waiting to poke me. And I don't think I had it on the last stream. So I got that going for me, which is not good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Nurse, scalpel. I have plenty of blades, but I don't have another handle. I meant to order one, but oh well. We'll make the best do, I guess. Yeah, well, polka dots is a crazy old man. All right, let's just do what we can, huh? So we'll just do some scrapey with our tweezers, which are a piece of crap anyway. But look, it's bent, so it's fine. Bruce is screaming right now. He's like, no, don't do it. It's a prototype. All right, so let's just get some of this surface green off of here. Ugh. Now, I didn't think about it until Joe mentioned it on the stream yesterday of the green corrosion making it inside of these chips. And I was like, holy moly, I never even thought about that. But yeah, I guess if it's that bad, that's something you have to worry about. So I'm just being very gentle here. And, oh, that one's pretty darn bad. But there is copper under there, so that's good. I mean, who knows where this was sitting and what was going on for the longest time, but some of these traces don't look the best. Yeah, there were some slight broken traces that I noticed here, so that's just dust there. But yeah, this is where that cap was sitting. So I'm going to do some continuity tests here for sure. Let me get out the old multimeter here. And a screwdriver goes on the floor. That's probably where the scalpel ended up. So let's get out our big old multimeter here. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Bruce. If you did see one that I didn't spot, that's what I do these for. Because a bunch of eyes looking at the same thing is better than my eyes looking at something and trying to like be silly and entertaining. Yeah, I think that might be, well, there's a solder ball there. Yeah, right, there's a few things here going on. So let's, right by this C34 here. That actually goes. Okay, so there's, that looked bad, but it was okay. So, if I had my damn scalpel, I'd be scraping away on here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, yes, Joe, you might need one of those adapters with the dip switch doodles. You do have an Apple CRT, my friend. If you brought one of those home, the Apple 13-inch CRTs, that'll plug right into that. You get a good picture out of there. What else do I want to test here? Oh, that's pretty rotted there. It's almost like that's not making contact with the chip. My goodness. Let's take a sort of a tilted look at this. If I can get that focus correctly. I really need to clean this microscope. I just have not had the time to do it. But oh yeah, it looks absolutely disgusting. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna clean that off. Oh, bedtime. Good night, Joe. Oh yeah, we're streaming pretty late today. My apologies. My apologies. But let's just try and clean that up a little bit. A lot of this could use with a good clean. And there's a little bit of a gunkadoodle here. Ugh, whatever dead bug or thing this was. Yee. Yuck. Yeah, for whatever reason, both of those 10 microfarad, 100 microfarad, 10 volt capacitors really were stinking up big time. So, those were the worst ones I've seen on the board. I really feel stupid not having my scalpel, so I'm not going to do too much scraping around. I don't want to damage anything with these, kind of blunt tweezers, but this is Apple engineering dirt. It's rare. From Apple. Yeah, look at this spot. There's like this little spot of something here. A burn mark or something. I'm not sure. Let's get some of this clean because there were a few caps in this area. And maybe that's why that potentiometer was a bit weird, because old caps, Being very gentle here. Here's where that other 100 microfarad 10 volt was, and we could see a bit of a wee bit of corrosion there. But it looks like there's copper underneath, so that's good. This is all just gunk. Ugh. Blunt tweezers. That's my weapon of choice. Yeah, that trace doesn't look too hot either. Let's see, where does it go? All right, it goes there. Okay, so let's do a little test on that. Still making a connection. It doesn't look the best, but it's still beeping. We have a lot of green there. Blech. Some old solder there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, this I think I put those pins through. Did I? Let me look at the picture that my friend sent here, because that's a good reference point. So that's next to our. Oh yeah, so his has a bit of a different header there. They were just using whatever they had, but yeah, mine was missing a pin, so I put just a stability thing. Oh, thank you, Bruce. Let me go check that. Boop, 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 boop. Why did you send me a picture of you flipping me off? No, I'm joking. All right, let's take a look. What the heck was that? Let's take a look at where this was. Not there. Not there. Not that chip. It would have been... Maybe... No, because that one goes diagonal. You would have to been in a different area. Everything looks different when it's zoomed in up close. Everything looks different when you're zoomed in up close. I think this was the area. And yeah, there's a little spot on the board. It looks like that's just extra solder mask though. Oh no, it could be something worrisome. Good eye, Bruce. Let's just give that a little poke. Yeah, there's a few areas on this board that are just like bumpy. And it might have just been the manufacturing process they use for these. But looking at this with both of my eyes, there just seems to be like a little lump of something. But it's like the whole thing is a little bit lumpy. Isn't that weird? No, it's totally fine. I just like you, I appreciate everyone just saying, hey, look at this, because you never know. It might be something important, and I'd rather spend a minute or so going, oh no, that's fine, rather than, you know, an hour or two later being like, why is it not working? All right, so we're just over here. Yeah, that might be a break there. Take a look at that in a moment. I think I did do some continuity tests in here the last time I did a stream of this a few years ago. But I don't know how thorough I was, so I'm not going to leave anything to chance here. Again, without having that scalpel, puts me at a bit of a different disadvantage there. But there's, you know, plenty of dirt and grime on this board. I wouldn't necessarily think that's causing it not to do what it's doing, but you never know. And since it's a prototype, I could just be missing a ROM or something, and that could just be making us go through all sorts of crazy crap, and it's not going to do anything different, but oh boy. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I do want to pop this ROM here. Oh, we got some dirt there. Oh, yeah, look at this. Just like crud. That's all this is. It's just like crud. Crud. So I'm going to remove this ROM. I don't have my EEPROM programmer here, so I'm not going to like try and dump it or anything at this point. I will do that eventually. But I just want to reseat it, because a lot of the times you can get into issues where things just need to be reseated. Let me get that little screwdriver that I usually use for this. Just double checking if I put the scalpel over here by this desk. It does not look like I did, although that would have been a smart thing to do. If I was playing around with it here, putting it on the desk would have been good instead of the floor, where I would have immediately stepped on it and did a big owie and hurt myself. And I would have been like, ooh, ow, criminy. All right, yes, and check the socket too. Yep, might have been bug poo, who knows. So what I do is I just put the screwdriver under here, where there's plastic, and just very gently, I'm going to do this from each side, just sort of suggest that it come quietly, you know. Have to move this. There go the tweezers. My goodness. What a unlucky time we're having today, huh? I should probably see if I have those damn 100 microfarad capacitors at all. Otherwise, I won't be able to recap the whole thing. I'm just very gently rocking this back and forth. Use my finger to pry it up now, very carefully and very slowly. There we go. I'm going to switch the camera so you can see what I'm looking at here. But that's the ROM there. Oh, you could do better than that on focusing. Come on. Well, it doesn't feel like doing it today, I suppose. Oh, come on, man. I bought this camera as a better thingamajig. And it's being... Yeah, let me cover my face. Yeah, there we go. Version 2.2. And the bottom of the chip has some details there, too. Oh, come on. So there you go. I don't feel a little window over them, but who knows. But I'm not going to take that sticker off. And everything looks fine. I'm going to just spray some contact cleaner on it. Just to clean it up a little bit. Does not hurt to do that. And then we'll reseat the ROM chip. And just in case it was making a good connection then, hopefully that'll help it now. Perfecto. All right. So I think that's the only seatable ROM on here. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I am not on the West Coast. I'm actually on the East Coast. I shouldn't be streaming this late, but sometimes that's the only chance I have. It's a lot of people doing lots of things, and sometimes I just don't have the ability to get a different time slot in. So I don't know how long to do that, but anyway, how long we're going to go rather. There was an update for the software, but for the camera, but I'm not going to fuss with that today. I want to try and get some caps on here and test this out because I don't want to stay here around here forever because I have meetings in the morning. Let me double check about those caps. I have my other little toolbox dealie. Here it is. I put it on the ground over here. This has some more caps in it. This might have, yeah, well, I mean, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. So I will put in the ultrasonic if I need to. It doesn't really look that bad. So, all right, let's just see what type of caps I have here. So we need a 100 microfarad capacitor of some type. At least 10 volts. It could be a little higher. These are 10. That's not going to work. I might have to go electrolytics, I guess, if I don't have any tantalums. But yeah, let's keep on checking. Good night. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see if there were any over here. I guess I could use the, no, that would be, the 6.3 volts are too low. That wouldn't help me out. All right, nope. Nope, those are odd values. That's not gonna help. It always happens. You make a capacitor order and then you use it. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, Bruce. But sometimes I have to order odd ones for like weird PC stuff. And it wouldn't surprise me if I had like one or two. These are all 50 volts. I mean, I know I have a whole box of cheapo electrolytics I got from Amazon in like 2017. I don't think that's going to help me out here, but you never know. 33 microfarad, 25 volt. That's an oddball one. And these were teeny tiny little caps, the size of a freckle. I'll put those back. Yeah, didn't the Mac 2 or one of those machines have the same 100 microfarad 10 volt or something? A great big axial cap on there. Oh God, Bruce. Yeah, 1016s, 106.3, 106.3, 106. Yeah, so I might have to order them. I mean, they'll be here by the weekend. But let me see. There's do I still have those over there? I had little cases with old caps in them. Let me just see if they're over here. Oh, come on. I thought they were over here. Quiet, multimeter. Where did those go? Ah, poopy. Poop. I was cleaning up over here and I saw them and I put them all neatly in the same thing. They were all stacked nicely. There's my Marchintosh banner that keeps falling. Ah, poopy. Poopy doo poop poop poop. Ugh. Well, such is life, huh? Well, we haven't had a good Steve needs to find something in the basement, so he has to rummage around for a half-hour part of the stream in quite a long time. So we're quite overdue for that, I suppose. Well, here's one. Here's one of those 1 out of 2. I have these all labeled here, but That's 100 microfarad 16. I mean, they're electrolytics. They're some crummy brand, but that's the closest I could get. So we'll use those. I'll order good ones, but we could use these for now. They're hiding with the scalpel, probably. Yeah, this is some 300 pack of God knows what. They all fell on the floor at one point, and I meticulously made little labels. And so I actually tried to be organized with them, see? They have all little labels there. And all the 4716s are gone, because this was when I did my first YouTube videos. When I was a wee little lad. Alright, so that's 116, 116. Those will have to do. They'll look a little silly, but hey, if it works, I'm not complaining. Yeah, well, I already told my wife that's the way I'm going. Like, just a pile of junk is going to fall on me. And just might as well just start getting used to that idea. That's what's going to happen. Alright, so let's clean this area up just a little bit. Make sure we don't see any broken traces or anything before we put the cap right on there. And it's going to have to be cleaned up because we're going to put this cap on and then we're going to have to remove it at one point. Put a solid state one on. But I want to recap this at least by the end of tonight and see if at least we can try and power it on again. And we'll go from there. I'll have to order some more caps, it seems. A never-ending cycle of ordering capacitors. It's just how it is in this business. By business, I mean hobby, because as Bruce and I like to joke, and many of our other friends like to joke, we'd be making more working at McDonald's or some other fast food place rather than doing these types of repairs. That's just the reality of it. And this is my own stuff. This is just for fun. But yeah, a little bit of copper showing there, but doesn't look too bad. Let's see. I'm going to order new caps. I'm going to order a new scalpel handle as well. I have plenty of the blades, but yeah. Alright, so let's do some continuity tests here. Again, I had to clean this damn microscope. I do apologize. I know it doesn't look too bad, but like to people who, like Bruce and Joe, who have nice ones that they look through, mine looks terrible. So there's some crud or dust somewhere. Alright. Yep, that passes the beep test. Let me just scrape that away and make sure that is touching. Where did that line go? Right there? Alright, that should be fine too. I mean, again, these traces don't look terrible, but it's a scalpel that's lost. Yeah, that's... Oh god, that's gonna be the bad one. Alright, so let's put some flux on here and let's put this cap on here before I lose those again, huh? So I'm just gonna put a little bit of flux here. More than I usually do, but whatever. That's fine. It's fine. Now we'll have to be creative with how we put these legs on because they're quite long, and this little this is just a little area that we're putting this on. So we have positive and negative written on there, so that's good. So I'm just gonna bend these legs and then we'll shorten them. That should be fine. I mean, this is just temporary. I'm going to likely order, the tantalums, but it'll do for nows. And at least we have something to put on there, because I really want to recap this and test this tonight. All right, so negative would be here. Gosh, this takes me back to my first recapping, where these were the caps I used for everything. Because they were the cheapest, they were in a set. I didn't know about Mauser or DigiKey. A Mauser or DigiKey or anything like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, these are fine. Why don't people just buy these in these packs? Because they're probably crummy, Yeah, it's fine for now. Just using 2 of them, so that'll do, donkey. All right, so the next one is over here. So let's clean up this a fair bit and put another cap on there. Got another little A5 capacitor there. A lot of this solder looks very old, but not seeing anything terrible. I mean, there's some little bits of green here and there. This trace here, this R41, looks a little suspect. Let's test that out. So thankfully that has a pretty direct line going over here. And that's fine. All right, so it is what it is, but we'll at least try and recap it straightforward first, and then. Yeah, I mean, I have the rest of the caps. I have solid state SMDs, but not. No, ooh, look at that. I was like, where does this connect? And that doesn't look too hot. We're gonna test that out. That might not be making a connection at all. And of course, I don't have the darn scalpel. Hold on. Oi. Things are serious now. He's pulling his pants up. And what I'm about to do is very stupid. And I will not advise anybody to do this themselves. I have the little scalpel blade, so I'm just going to hold it extremely stupidly carefully. It's very, very sharp. So be very, very careful. That looks like everything's still there. Quite a bit of green there, though. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot of old crud here, but anywho. All right, let's put this in a place where I'm not going to lose it. There we go. And, oh, no worries, Bruce. You do it all the time. Yes. Well, I'm not as graceful as you. I'll poke my eye out. Bruce comes back. Steve, what happened to your finger? I followed your advice, Bruce. I wanted to be just like you. All right, cool. That's making a connection. So again, we're going to put one of these temporary fat little electrolytic caps on there just because that's the only ones that we have right now of that particular value, but that's okay. We're going to just do this as a temporary measure. All right, so just match up that with that. My desk is a mess, my mind is a mess, my brain is a mess. Yay! But we have something like 40 people watching right now, I think, according to the thingamajig, if that's accurate. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So if you're still sticking around, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I am very keen to get this thing working. As I've said, I've had it in my possession for over 15 years. And it's never really done what it was supposed to. So I'd be very curious if I could get even just like the developer demos of like the MPEG chip working and so on and so forth. I mean, that would be super cool to me if I could run some of those kiosk stuff, like as they were intended. I think that'd be super neat. I can't do much with it, obviously, but, you know, still be cool. All right. Teresa's scalpel plus blade. Yeah, it's probably an accident waiting to happen. All right, so let's get out the other little capacitors here. I have a bunch of these 10 microfarad 16 volts. We need about 9 of them, I believe. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with 4. And we'll just put those on the side. And we should hopefully be able to make pretty quick work of this. Hopefully. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, so according to my little very quick and dirty diagram here, we have one here. And I'm not too concerned about the solder that was underneath them because it looks pretty good. Nothing looked leaky or anything like that. But if I do see something that looks gnarly, I will fix it. Yeah, these caps are maybe a little too big for what I want, but let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I want to clean this off. I thought I'd get away with it. I was trying to be slick. Be like, yeah, no, it's fine. No. The answer is no. All that junk out of the way. And I did order some new flux. It's not the Amtech kind. I didn't see that they were in stock. I think they're doing some retooling. So I decided to just try this chip quick stuff. I have not tried it yet. It's still new in the tube. But I figured worth a shot. It's always good to have a backup of a supplier of something. Even if it's not your preferred stuff, it's better than nothing, you know? I think maybe might have to use the really tiny 16 ones here, because these are the smaller variety, and yeah, let's not fool around here. Let's not fool around. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I've heard of their brand before, but I don't think I've ever used anything from them. So, all right, I have much tinier little caps, and we're gonna use them. Make my life a lot easier. All right, where's the little bag with them? Let's see. I think it was in one of these bins. Yeah, here they are. Hey, BK, how's it going? All right, so these are. No, that's the other one. I need the other bin. All these bins look the same. Especially because they're not labeled, because I'm an idiot. Yeah. I'd be very interested to know more about how these chips do what they do. I really don't know much, but they are interesting. No, that's not it either. I guess not. All right, well, they have to be here somewhere, because I use them quite often. Let's see. Here we go. I have plenty of them, so let's use these instead. These are much smaller. I use 4 at a time, so I don't lose them. And these will give us plenty of wiggle room, as you'll see in a moment, once I get my tweezers out. Yeah, so that was a little bit difficult before. Now it's going to be a piece of cake. I got this little tiny baby cap there. Perfect for this spot. All right, let's try this again. Work smarter, not harder, folks. You need more solder on there, but, you know. That should be okay. There we go. All good. All right, and there's, let's see, the other little one is right down here. So we could put that right there. Yeah, just some crud there, but nothing to be concerned about. So again, with these little tantalum ones, the little plus positive side is the one with the stripe. The opposite of how an electrolytic is. So you want to keep that in mind when you're replacing these. You don't want to get that confused, or your board would be unhappy, probably. Oh, these tweezers suck. Come on. It's hard to get my iron in some of these spots here, so not exactly thrilled, but you know what? If it works, it works. We shall see. All right, the next two we have, there's a little tiny one down here, I believe. Yes, and there's a bunch up there. Okay, so all the way over here. I have to clean this up a little bit. There's some old crud there we don't want. Again, a little difficult to get some stuff under the microscope here, but we'll try. Let's try and scrape some of that off. A lot of this is just old crud and goo. And in fact, we could clean some of that off, hopefully. That looks much better, doesn't it? Alrighty. Again, apologies for it being a little bit late, but there were a lot of activities tonight, and so this was the earliest I could stream. We're going to try and power this thing on, and then we'll go from there. Not sure how long we're going to be here, but I'm doing this as fast as I can without making mistakes. Alrighty. And let's see, the other little one, so we have two up there, one over here, then 1, 2, 3, wait, so there's 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we have a bunch in this corner to do. Let's see, let me just clean up all these pads, I guess, at once. Make it a little bit easier. Try and fix the focus a little bit for you here. Alrighty. Let's try and clean up these pads a little. Just a little bit. We don't need to go crazy here. There's just a wee bit of old solder I'd like to get out of the way. These don't look pretty bad or anything like that, so I'm not overly concerned. You know, it's really only those two larger caps, the 10-100s, that looked pretty bad, so consider myself lucky. Going to test the continuity of some of these though, just to make sure that everything's okay. Because when you're putting caps down, you want to make sure that, you know, there's nothing that's going to stop a connection from going to where it's supposed to. So you might as well do some poking around. Excellent. All right, everything looks good there. Yeah, especially these little spots where things are so cramped. I'm very happy to have the smaller sized caps. Not going to be too worried. Just putting a very light coating of flux here. And then I have some extra. So put some over here. And I think we have some stuff to clean off over here, but we're going to deal with those in a minute. All right, so we need a few more of these caps, and I think I put one over here, and I might have lost it. No, I did not. All right, so let me get a few more out of the little bag. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, so I need 5 out of here because I already have one on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully this is still entertaining to everybody. About 40 or so people still here. Thank you very much for sticking on through. Say hello in the chat if you have not done so already. I really do sincerely appreciate you hanging out. It's kind of boring to do this stuff by myself, so it's nice to have some friends chilling with me. So I'm just loosely placing them here. And then we could adjust them a bit before we solder them down. It looks like there was a little mark there, but I think that goes through fine. Let's just do a little testing here. Yeah, it's fine. All right, should be okay. How long have you been doing this SMD stuff? Oh, since about, I'd say 2017, 2018. You know, I've always done a little bit of soldering, but not really the intricate stuff. I never really had the understanding of why I sucked at soldering, and it was because I was using like lead-free solder. I wasn't using flux. I wasn't knowing what I was doing, and I just assumed I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't do this. But it turned out I just didn't know what I was doing. So I learned a lot. One of my resources was the channel Brankus Creations. Bruce of Brankus Creations. He has a recapamac.com website. That's recapamac.com. He also links to his YouTube page on there. His username is Brankus Creations. But he does a lot of Mac stuff too. And we sort of got into the hobby again around the same time, but as of late, he's been putting out like beginner how-to solder videos and stuff like that, and recommended a lot of tools and methods and things, which I find very helpful. You know, I did a video in 2017 or so when I just started to recap something, and it didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. But you know, there was a lot that I just made assumptions of, and you know, just spending a few more dollars on, you know, flux or getting some solder or a soldering iron that had a temperature dial that wasn't just on or off. You know, these little simple things made a huge difference. And I use a fancy microscope here just because it's much easier to see things, especially corrosion, broken traces, this and that. And unfortunately, there are some things that you just cannot see without a microscope. But fortunately, there are a lot of these little cheapo, not cheap, but more affordable solutions out there. Like a 200, I think there's one that's for about $200. You get a screen and a microscope that's pretty darn sharp. You might not be able to stream with it, but at least you could see, you could take pictures and stuff. So that really lowers the barrier of entry where, this microscope was a few $100s. I think with the camera, with all the lenses, with the adapters and everything, I think this was close to $700, $800 with the shipping and everything like that. I mean, it's paid for itself because I used to have a lot of clients and stuff like that. I've seen recently eased that because I just have not had the spare time anymore. But yeah, so that answers your question in sort of a long way. I'm not doing the particularly best job on this board, I would say. Some of the pads are still a little bit dirty. But it is a prototype board, so I'm really trying to be delicate here. I'm not wanting to poke around too much here. But then again, yeah, that's doing that. That's doing that. All right, that's okay. Ethernet. What are you talking about, Ethernet? Move back over. Back hurt. You get more work done than watching someone else's videos. Heck yeah, hey, I do the same thing. If I wasn't streaming, I'd be watching like someone else do this while I do this. Or while I'm working on other stuff. Alright, so it looks like we got 2 more to solder, and then I think we're ready to do some testing here. Oh no, just 2 more of these. I think we have one. Yeah, we have a few more of the bigger ones to do, but that's okay. We're making progress. We'll be done sooner rather than later. Oh my God, it's already after midnight. Yeah, I like to sometimes just like tack these down in one direction just to like help me out here, and then I'll come back and do them from the other. Yeah, there's a lot of grime on this board. You'll find that on a lot of these older systems. Just a lot of dirt and gunk, and you can ultrasonically clean it. You can clean it with alcohol, and sometimes that'll help. This one, there's something about this silicon, this PCB that's it's seen better days, That's all right. We're gonna try and help it out here. Okay, those are all done. So we have, I think we have 3 or 4 more to go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. 5? Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. I'm sorry. All right, so let's just clean up some of those pads. Whoopsies. Almost out of this this soldering braid here. Just want to clean up some of these before I put any caps down for these larger ones here. Where'd you go? There you are. Now the big question I have is if there was a special ROM that was used to communicate with this board. I mean, there's a ROM on this board, but I'm wondering if that LC board that I have, if there was anything special, just crud, that was on there in order to communicate with this. Unfortunately, I believe mine just came with a standard ROM. I'm not sure if that was the original one or someone just like had it on there or what. I know where this board came from, but you never know who that, who had it before then, or, somebody had a drawer of parts and like, this looks similar enough, and, just replaced it. But, yeah. Okay, so that is that. We have those. Whoops. Those caps are on the floor. And then these are, I believe, 4716s, right? Just take one of these out of the bag. We're going a bit slower tonight. I'm a bit tired. It's after midnight, but we'll make it through. 4716. Perfect. All right. Let's clean up some of these because this one especially had some crud there. All right, and we'll just get our little pal, our flux here. Just put a little dab. You don't need a lot. Just a little bit. That's even a little too much, but it's all right. Get our tweezers out here. And although these are bigger than the last one, the pads of these are bigger, so we'll be okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually clean up all the pads and just place these down, and then we'll just go around quickly soldering them. I think that would be the best way to be a little bit more efficient with this. Okay, let's do that over here as well. And over here. And the last one over there. All right, let's put flux on all those pads. And we'll get these 5 last caps down, and then we could start poking around with seeing if this made any difference. Because for those of you who are not here at the beginning, I explained what happened when we turned this on when it was attached to the other board. The Mac booted and we got a chime, but then the corners of the display did not turn rounded. Did not turn round, rather. And we didn't get any boot. It just sort of hung there. And that's kind of concerning. But some of these caps did not look happy. And who knows, what if that was causing some issues. So I figured, you know what? The caps have to be replaced anyway. Let's do that. And we'll take it from there. All right, so all the new caps are placed on the board. We're going to start soldering them in a moment. Weird PCI probe utility is on Apple Dev Group CD. Make sure that I assume they are. Don't assume, Falcor. Do not assume. You never know. There might be a different version. Yeah, that'll be cool to check those out. I love looking at stuff like that. I mean, those CDs are a wealth of information. It's a big shame because Apple doesn't really have like their old press releases or anything publicly available. They gave all their stuff to a museum, and that museum doesn't let you take pictures. It's like by appointment only, and they have beautiful things there apparently from people I've known who've like been there to look at things. And it's like, oh my gosh, they have videos and stuff that you never even knew existed, and that's just locked behind a vault, and the public will never really see that, which sucks. Absolutely sucks. So it's up to us enthusiasts, really, to make information available, press release, dates, important events, all this stuff, It's kind of sad. I mean, I know there are people still inside the company who are very enthusiastic about the old stuff, but they likely may not change the bigwigs in charge perspective of these things. Because in my personal opinion, and I know Bruce has said this too, so I'm sort of paraphrasing what he used to say, is, there's nothing for Apple to be ashamed of. Even their products that didn't do too well, even back in the day, they were trying something new. They were trying to be pioneers of this multimedia thing that was going on. And, just sales numbers, release dates, stuff that's 20, 30 years old, be kind of cool to know about. Just for us dorks, just for us enthusiasts. I don't care about much of the modern stuff too much at this point in time. My opinion of that may change as you know, things become more nostalgic for those things. But you know, it's kind of a shame, you know, because it's history right out in the open. That is just, you know, there's people, unfortunately, who we're losing every week or so that used to work on these projects or that were big parts of these things, and some of that is just going to be lost to the ages, and it sucks. And that's why I sort of keep this channel going. I like to share a lot of the historical bits. I like to do these repairs and stuff like that, but I'm really interested in the history stuff of like the documentation, the CDs and stuff like that. So Falcor, even if like you see, hey, look, this CD looks similar, but you have the cover or you have the slipcase or something like that, those are cool too. Put them on archive.org, put them on Macintosh Garden, etc. Silence of the ROMs. Oh, I actually have that. I actually have that exact one. Now, yeah, some of those developer CDs, I believe, are archived in some places. Some are not, or some just have like the CD, but it's like, especially the Internet Archive, a lot of people do this, and I think it's just down to the automated nature of a lot of those tools that people use to rip CDs. Ooh, I just got dizzy there for a second. I got very dizzy there for a second. Oof. I'm gonna take a drink of water in a moment. Hold on, I gotta move this out of the way. Hey, Kevin, thank you very much. Super fun project from Marchintosh. Heck yeah. All right, there we go. All right, we should be done with the soldering. The fumes. No, I'm okay. It's not. I wasn't breathing in anything. I blow them away and don't breathe in. But my goodness, the arc is being boxed up and moved away. Yeah. 2 hours of fun. My goodness. All right, so let's turn the soldering iron off. We should be done with that for now. Well, you came in right at the good part because we are about to turn this sucker on. So this is just touching the little caps here, just making sure, just giving them a little healthy nudge, making sure none of them are going to fall off. We do have two funny looking electrolytic ones on here, but that's just temporarily because I don't have the actual non-electrolytic versions of those. Let me find where I put my phone. It is right here. And we're going to take a picture of that. All right, and we're just going to make sure all of these are pointing the right way. The positive stripes, that's what I'm just checking. They are all going the right direction because we do not want to screw that up. Yes, 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 and yes. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good to go. Now, it'll be interesting to see. Ooh, yeah, that might be a problem. I might have to put these electrolytics on the side, actually. I might have to bend them down. Let me turn the soldering iron back on. Because I didn't think the LC board has to sit on top of this. And with that, there just might be a slight clearance issue. So, hey, Shady Robot, and anybody else I missed, I will pay attention to the chat in one moment. I'm just realizing here I made kind of a boo-boo here. I mean, I don't normally use electrolytics unless I have to. In this case, they were the only ones I had. But because the logic board has to sit on top of this board, these caps kind of have to be facing down. So I'm just bending that in such a way that should be okay. All right, cool. So that should be all right. Now, I did find more memory for this board, which was great. So we do have 32 megs. Now, what I'm going to do because I do have these new photos from Grant, who was helping me out with this project. Again, big thanks to Grant. While I put this back in the case here, I'm going to make sure all these wires are going to the right spots. So here's the case. We're going to put our recap board in there, and going to do our best to make sure everything is connected the way it should. Now there are these little metal spokes that go on top of this. So I'm going to try and guide these through the best I can. And then there's this thingamajig with the fan here. And just going to loosely place that on here. Now in this gentleman's photo, go over here. The red wire is facing that way, so that's what we're going to do. This guy has the white wire facing that way, so we're going to do the same thing there. Actually, that's over here. If I can do this correctly, my goodness. There we go. Sorry, I realize some of this is going to be hard to see. I should just steal a screw from somewhere just to fix this a little bit. Let me turn the soldering iron back off. Yeah, here's some spare screws. This one might work. Narf! Love the IO makeup. Yes. I bought a bunch of them off eBay, and I need to wear them more often. They're a lot of fun. All right, let's see if this screw will. Yeah, it should be fine. I need a screwdriver now. Narf. All right, that's a bit better there. All right, sorry. You can't really see what I'm doing. I apologize. I'm just trying to screw everything back in and put the wires where they go. All right, so this wire here with the black goes to this connector here. And the black wire, no, what? Actually, wait, no, it's this one. Yeah, so that goes like that. And then this one goes here. If I can move it. There we go. So that should be okay. Now comes the LC board. Now there are different pictures of that, so I have to go to the other one here. Yeah, here we go. All right, so let me take the blue SCSI off of this first. Take the speaker off as well, just to make this easier. So this has a little doohickey that's pointed. What is that, right there? Yeah, the R100. So that goes there. Whoops. Okay, and then this has, I believe, the black wire goes towards there. Now this, yep, I'm going to have to resolder every time I turn the soldering iron off. I have to turn it back on again. Because we sort of lost a connection here. So let me just tidy this up and fix it. Sorry for the detours, folks. That's what happens here. Get my phone and take a nice picture of this. I could do a better job of connecting these now. All right, so let's get the microscope back in here. So there are two little leads that come from two ports on the bottom side of this interesting board here. Two of them for the serial port. One of them's for the serial port and one's for audio. This just sort of came undone. So we're going to fix this up here. We're going to try and just reflow these. So they make a better connection here. I could do this a little bit better. Just strip some of this plastic away. get a better connection with that here. Sorry. Yeah, it should be okay if I do this properly. Still going. Yeah, we put all the caps back on. I was just reseating the board, and this optional wire came loose. Well, I don't know if it's optional. I don't know, but I just wanted to fix it up. So get that out of the way there. We'll put some fresh flux here to make a good connection with all this stuff. Because who knows, maybe this stuff is vital for this working. I have no clue, but it's there for some reason. So we're just going to play it safe here. So this purple has to go here. Right, and this black one is on a ground, I think. So yeah, that's definitely on a ground because it's resisting a lot of movement here. I'm gonna just try and put some more solder on that cable just to make sure everything's connecting here. It's not going to be pretty, but if it keeps its connection, that's all I really care about at this point in time. That should be fine. Maybe? What are you going to do? These cables have a mind of their own. I should really just replace it, but I should just peel this away. Yep. Yep. No worries, Joel. Yeah, sorry. I know this is kind of a late stream for a lot of you folks, and I don't mean to be rude. It's I didn't intend to do it this long. Thought this would be easier, but it happens. But thank you for stopping by. That should be a bit stronger. All right, I think that'll be okay. And while we're here, let's just check on this one. I mean, honestly, that looks fine. That looks fine. All right, so let's continue here. I didn't know which is more fun, watching Apple HD instead of initialized driver watching. Well, that's a toughie. I can't answer that for you. This is a prototype. It's exciting. All right, so let's again look at this picture for reference here, and realize that so this little guy here goes into there like that, and then this little one here goes in like that. All right, so let's test it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully something good. do need this little power cable guy here. Okay, we're going to need our 2SI power supply. Just going to put that down how it is there. Squeeze in our little ground thingamajig. Do I have a screwdriver? What is this? Doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Safety foist. Okay, so just in time. All right, so let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Turn this microscope off. I'm going to plug this speaker in to our LC board. Gonna get our blue SCSI connected. Turn it this way. Get this heat gun out of the way. Going to get our video cable here. Where did it go? We had a VGA. Here it is. And we'll need a keyboard and a mouse. Now, turning this thing on and keeping it on is a little strange, so bear with me. But there's a potentiometer we have to potentially mess with. But hey, no, who knows? Maybe recapping it fixed it. I have no clue. We're about to find out, folks. All right, so let's go to our video capture here. Let's make sure this is all happy and plugged in. Let's make sure the scaler is on, which it is. Battery, check. Blue SCSI, check. Power cable, check. And here goes nothing, man. Let's switch over and flip the switch, push the button. Yeah, it's doing that thing again where you have to sort of jump start it. Let me see if I could fuss with this potentiometer here, which is right where that cable is. Oh boy. Hold on one second. All right, sorry. There's this little potentiometer here that I have to like twist in order to get it to do stuff. So hold on. Let's see if it's easier if I... No. Let's see if the tweezers make it easier. Nope. Well, we'll try anyway. And I know I could just hold down the button, but... There we go. It chimes. Let's see if we get any difference of what happened before, which is the corners froze and it was not happy. Now, we don't have a SCSI device plugged in because it's very finicky to turn that with this filling up the port there. Oh, we got some... The corners are rounded! Oh, boy. Oh, man. The corners are rounded. We didn't get this before. All right. All right. All right. Sweet. All right. So let's see if we can get this to work with the SCSI here. I have to use this button, I guess, again. No. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's booting. It's booting. Oh man, it's booting. Yeah. Who cares? Oh boy. Oh boy. We are running with this hardware. Whoops. No, I don't. I'm too jittery here. All right. No, we don't want any of that. Let's see what this does. Let's see if we get any different picture than what we did before. Probably not, but you never know. That's right, we have to enable that extension I disabled. Hopefully this thing doesn't blow up. Old extensions, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Oh, where was it? Where was it? It was, did I put it back there? Oh no, I think I put all the extensions back. Yeah, because it was all of them. I think. Standalone extensions, network extensions. Is anything coming out of SCART? I will try that, Bruce. Key color. Oh, this froze before, guys. This froze before. This froze and crashed the system before. This key color. Oh, that is neat. All right, let's see. I want to launch. I want to launch an MPEG movie. No, not teach text. Let's see. I think it's under here. Under here, yeah. So let's go to HBO. This one actually launched, I think, before. So let's see if this does anything slightly different. Oh, yeah, that might be a shady robot. I'll check. Yeah, so here's the cool screen. Now I did get a remote for this. It's in the mail. So the status light is green on the front. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Status light is green. Oh, I'm super excited. Oh boy, yeah, I'm going to try and hook it up to a TV in a bit. Yeah, see, I don't think this is like actually like an interactive menu. I think this is just like a testing type deal, because I'm just using the keyboard and it's like, but I did order one of those remotes that someone suggested. Yeah, see, I don't, yeah. I'm giddy as a schoolboy here. Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. Oh, Weather Channel. Let's see. I think that might have had some functionality. Let's try it out. Yeah, we will hook it up to a TV. Let's see. Did that quit? No. Oh, it froze. Nope, there it goes. Please wait. Checking the weather. Oh, this is so cool. Oh man. So let's quit this. Let's try that extension. I'm curious if it crashes the system like it did before. Disabled extension. Here it is. So it's this this init44 Epcot. So let's restart and see if it crashes. Those rounded corners make me happy either way. The highlighted item moved. Okay. Interesting. Well, it didn't crash this time, folks. I just want to see if this will play any MPEG video. That would be neat. So let's open up one of these again. We'll go through all of them if we can here. Exactly, Drake. See, the cursor goes away here. Yeah, I'm very curious if there's any video. that would be outputting here. So I have this cable I made. Holy crap! Look at this! The arrows work on this. Let's see what is... Do I click to enter? Enter, 0. So the arrow keys move around. Oh, this is neat. So I was able to look at some of these videos, but not through the interface. What is enter here? I'm gonna just keep pushing keys on the keyboard. Oh, function 1? I tried space, I tried function 1 and it was not. Let me quit it. I'll open it up again. I have a very janky setup here for SCART, and I wonder if that'll do anything. Oh my goodness. Freaking out, man. Alright, so the ground is to the left. Yeah, so I'm gonna let me shut this down. Well, I don't know if I just want to plug this SCART thing in. Hold on. Let's just do this quickly. So this goes in there. This goes in there. So that should give us some video. Holding down that power button seems to turn it on now. Yes, I did find the memory. All right, so we have video out plugged into this television here, which you can't see. I will let you know if anything actually comes out of the video out. But testing all that 32 megabytes of memory. Love those rounded corners. No video out at this point. But maybe when those apps are running, there is. That would be neat. That would be freaking cool, man. Ooh, there was a weird extension that launched. Did you see that? It was like a weird orb thing. Or whatever it was. Yeah, let's open this up again. I did try and order a SCART cable, and I got one of those like, oh, we're having trouble fulfilling your order messages, you know. F1 seems to crash it, and I pushed that by mistake. Let's open it again. It seems to be delayed. Yeah, it might... I'm not seeing anything on this screen, but my cable might not be correct or whatever.
Use the arrow buttons on your remote control to choose the channel you want to explore. Press the select button to go there. Please make your selection now.
Oh, pressing shift does something. It makes noises. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate the super chat. Eep! Sorry, I'm too, like, excited with this stupid thing. I'm trying every key on the keyboard. Oh, clicking on it might have done it. Let's see if it loads that video. Sticky keys.
Today's features on the Lifestyle channel city in San Francisco. Please make your selection now.
Fine dining, baby.
Selection now.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, it's a poor little 68040. An LC040. What did I press afterwards? Oh, the arrows. Whoop. Look at that, I got a ball. I forget if I increased the memory size or not. We got this little ball here. All right, let's make sure the memory size is actually increased here. I thought I did, but let's see. This is something else, man. I can't believe I got this working. Yeah, we did increase the memory size. Runtime movie. Well, that still quits. Yeah, there was a auto start thing. Let me see if that actually loads anything now. Oh, this is awesome, man. I don't care if it does nothing. It's just, it works. And we had to recap it. That seemingly... All right, so that brings there. There was a different one. Was it this one? There was like a Oracle splash screen. Oh, thank you very much, Jack68K. Greatly appreciate it. MPEG test. Oh, okay. Interesting. Peak. Oh. That's right, we were playing this before. Let's see if we can get any of the video to play, because it's all MPEG video. So if this video plays, that means the MPEG decoder chip is working. Okay, it's loading. Come on, baby. Come on. Maybe there's an extension we just don't have installed or something like that. Well, we're making progress, folks. Let's see if this movie player. I doubt it. But let's see if this will play something. Oh, don't like that. All right, standalone extensions. So what differs here? So the top is the program, the extensions installed. Relax, Init, Movie, HH Patch. We have a QuickTime from 319. What is this one from? So that's August. This one is from March. I don't know what the labels mean. Did they? No, they didn't customize those. All right, so we have MPEG, NTSC 4.5 fixed. This is 450. Well, no, that's different. So maybe this was just for the Epcot. No beep. Oh, so these probably go in pairs. That's what my guess would be. All right, so let's do red Epcot. That is probably why they're color-coded, right? And this keyboard doesn't have all the buttons working. I have the one plugged in, Bruce, but it's not showing any video. But I will switch to the other SCART port when we turn it on and off in a moment. Because I'm dragging these... Well, actually, let me copy them. Copy doubler. Look at that. All right, so let's shut down. Unplug these from my janky SCART connector here. From Bruce's little diagram. Oh, come on. Take the SCSI away here. Yep, okay, that's in. All right, let's try and turn this sucker on again. It's weird, if you hold the button down, it kind of boots itself. Hey, Flintlock. Hey, everybody who's in the chat right now. I'm just super pumped right now. So if I'm not reading all of the chat messages, I'm sorry. I am just super duper excited. Check the color key program. Oh, we got video. We got video. Look at that. Look at that. That's from this second jack here. Holy crap, we got video out, dude. So that's the desktop here. Let's see what happens if we launch something. Oh my goodness. This is cool. All right, let's open that auto start again. The signal's a bit, whoop, whoop, whoop. Look at that. Look at that, it changed. Let's see if it loads up on the second screen. That would be amazing. Thank you, Bruce, for that pinout. So I had to do the arrows first, right? Like I pushed something.
Use the arrow buttons on your remote control to choose the channel you want to explore. Press the select button to go there.
Maybe the MPEG only displays... Maybe the MPEG video only displays on the monitor. Huh? It might, Thomas. That's something we could try. We got something.
In your area or any area of the United States on the information channel. Press select now to find weather information. Please make your selection now.
Yeah, I'm trying with maybe this keep... Oh, I clicked. All right, let's see if that does anything. Whoop, is this going to be a video? Maybe? Ah! There was no production drive image. Nobody, to my knowledge, there's a set of extensions, but they don't really match what I have here. And that's for the other box. But, yeah, so Bruce is saying, what happens if you fire it up without plugging your monitor? That's what I did before, Bruce. That's what I did before. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. Probably a switcher setting or a jumper or something to make it switch over to that other output. Yeah, I mean, I just turned it on with it plugged in there, and it outputted. Oh, let's go to monitors. Let's see. Control panels. What do we got here? Monitor. I mean, I don't think it would recognize as a monitor. Look at that, it does! Look at that. Let's mirror them, huh? Can I mirror them? Identify. Look at that, too! We have video out from the SCART. So that's neat. Let's see. Can I move this window over? Will it let me? No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to want to do that. It doesn't seem to want to let me move a window over to the other screen because it's just nothing's coming up. I'm gonna try the other corners just in case there's something borked about it. No. All right, it's kind of working as a dual monitor setup. Options. Yeah, NTSC display, BT version, set-top box. Oh, that's neat. So that BT chip is for video. Yeah. So options is just the monitor type. And I can identify it. Oh man, this is cool beans. Calm down, Steven. All right, let's open up key color. Oh, look, that opens up on here. Look, look. Hi. Graphics only, video only. Oh. Graphics only, okay. Oh, that's what this does. Okay. Remove key. Set key. Video only turns the screen to video only. I guess that's graphics only. So let's see something. If we do video only, let's see what happens if we do this auto start again. Well, this is red. I don't know if it'll work because it's maybe might use different extensions, but we'll see. Oh, the screen is kind of changing. Look, MPEG artifacts on this screen, on the TV. I saw it for a split second. Yeah, no, I will try moving it. I'm too excited to think, dude. Yeah, see, look, MPEG artifacts for like a split second. One moment, folks. I am having a freaking ball here.
Check out the weather in your area or any area of the United States on the information channel. Press select now to find weather information. Please make your selection now.
It's weird how that cursor like loaded for one of these, but not the others. I'm just going to let it sit here for a bit. Because there is an MPEG video file. I don't know if it has the right combination of stuff to play it though. So I'm going to try Bruce's suggestion, just fire it up without the monitor plugged in. Well, see, we have a graphics only mode. We have video only mode. So let's, I guess, graphics only. So let's shut it down just for a second. Unplug the DB15. And three presses will turn that on. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens. So this is without the screen. Well, we got colors. Oh, we have a cursor. Hey, how about that? Nice, Bruce. Nice. All right, let me try and switch here. There we go. This is wild, man. I gotta grab a picture of this. This is wild. Absolutely freaking wild. All right. Just curious if this changes at all. We have a mouse now, which may or may not mean anything. Because, yeah, it's going to go... This may not exactly work. Oh, look at that. And we still don't... So we have English or Japanese. We still don't have any sort of cursor, which I wouldn't expect because this is like for television. I'm just wildly clicking around because that's the only reason only way I've getting it to go forward. Showed all the funky colors. Oh, yeah, the weather. Yeah. I'll do that, Bruce. Still going. We got progress here. Ooh. I apologize if you can't hear, but there's a little narrator. Oh, no, I clicked start over. There's a little narrator that tells you what's going on. It's like, click this to see the latest blah, blah, blah. This is insane, folks. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the video out configured, so I just have to hold the camera here. This is the only output right now. There's no DB15 video monitor connected. It's only via the SCART. I have a weird connection. So sorry, there is color. It's just very hard for you to see. Because, you know. This is sort of maddening. Oh, boy. Oh, there we go. It's doing something, maybe. No, it's not a touchscreen. It's remote-based. Hey, here we go. Yeah, so this is the same... Holy crap, it's moving! Guys, it's moving! Oh, man. This is great! What happens if I click? So now the arrow keys are working. Dennis the Menace. Yeah, I wonder what the heck the select button is. Yeah, I can't wait for that remote to come. Oop. Preview. Oh, okay, so this might have loaded something over the network. because there's no files that I've seen have been on there, but it's almost like the cursor kind of acts. Sus. That's for Garth. Let's see what F1 does. Apparently nothing. All the F keys didn't seem to do anything. Hot Shots Part 2, yes! Great movie. I'm just moving the mouse. Oop. Clicked on something. Did I click select? I did something.
Today's feature on the entertainment channel is HBO on demand. Press select now to watch HBO.
Let's try the weather.
Please make your selection now.
Darn it. This thing is so finicky, man. I'm gonna get a remote control. I'm just I had to breathe here for a second, guys. Hold on. Whoo, man. Oi. Hold on. I have a coax. I have an extension cable, I think, for composite. Yeah, somewhere here. Let's see. No. Hold, please. Let's see. No, those are the wrong types of connections. Let's see. Because I would love to, the video capture device I have does composite input. So I would love to just use that. Hold on, I'm looking around in my cables, in my cable drawers. Yes, here we go. All right, cool. So, let's see. Let me get a cable here. Excuse me. Well, now I'll have to find a seller that actually has a SCART cable so we could actually do this in a fancy way. All right. Let's see. So if I move this scaler this way, I should be able to see. Oh, I already have the composite in there. That's right. Here it is. Sweet. You actually planned for this, Stephen. All right, so let's unplug it from the TV. Plug it in here. And then on our thing, go to capture. There we go. There we go. Now you see what I see in all of its 480i glory. All right, baby. Now we're getting somewhere, huh? Oh boy. Let me move me up here. There we go. All right, so let's quit this because I want to see something here. This key color, it's set to this blue by default, so I'm going to leave that, I guess. MPEG. See, some of these are blue. Yeah, I know. Teach text. Let's try. Do you already try opening it with Movie Player? No, that's right. That probably won't work. I think I tried that before. Yeah. An error occurred. STB ID 84. I don't know what that does, but it's fun. STB1. Let's see. We have movie player. We have key color. Is this a different version or something? About QuickTime. Ooh, that's a little bit weird. Did that freeze it up? That's funny. Oh gosh. Yeah, that froze it. While we're playing around here, I'm switching keyboards because I think this one has a few bad keys. That's probably not helping us. Ugh. Oh man. I am excited. Everything's falling off my desk. I do not care. All right, let's reboot, please. Well, we got video output on composite. It just, I guess, took us to remove the video from the DB15. Maybe it doesn't have enough to do both at once. Oh man, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, so standalone extensions, these are the ones that we are using right now. And the network extensions are the Epcot things. Okay, that makes sense now. This is making a lot more sense. So when we're just in the standalone mode, that's what it's doing. All right, so let's go and explore this weather channel. There's peak, there's HPO, there's MPEG test. Let's see if this works differently now. Oops, come on. This is off SCART, yep. Oh, wait, what was that? What was that? What was that? I gotta be patient. It's an LC040, Steven. You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. Hey, Gary. Thank you very much for stopping by. That is cool. Brought to you by something. So what should I do with the color key, though? I'm afraid if I mess with that, I won't get any video, and we'll have to switch back to what we were doing before. Maybe it's changing the color key by itself? Dark mode. Interesting. Let's open up this thing and see if that changed anything. No. Yeah, not gonna... Alright, let's just... Power Mac LC. I have one. It's all in one unit, though. Those are heavy. I wonder if this light changes colors. Like, I'm just clicking on things. No, status light doesn't change colors, but I'd be excited to try this with a remote soon. Let's see. Does this launch the same thing? Good night, Gary. That closes it. Guess we turn off this old TV. Got a cursor. Oh, there's that ball again. Or little icon thing. That was new. Happy Marcintosh, baby. This is neat. It's kind of doing stuff. And we got purple. Oh, interesting. Step forward. Step back. Tuxedo Man. Let's set this to oh, it reset itself. Let's just reboot. I think something funky happened with the color and everything. I still don't know if it has the right software for this MPEG stuff. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what the colors are sent to. Let's see if it... Yeah, there's a weird purplish extension that loads. It's like a potato or something. We're at 256 colors. You can do black and white. Ooh, that screws it up. Okay, we're sticking at 256. You see that? We're sticking at 256. I mean, the text isn't too bad. No, it says NTSC. If we go to monitors and go to options, it says NTSC. Now on the other guy's board, the ROM actually says NTSC. So I would assume the ROM chip that's on this board would change depending on what you were using. This is just a bog standard copy of Mac OS. Ooh, After Dark. Wouldn't it be funny to see? Oh, that's to install it. What is Treasure? Oh, Treasure Math Store. I wonder if a game would play. I'm just curious if it loads. Yep. It's a regular Mac, folks. Yeah, but in this part of the world, I don't even have SCART cables. I have one in the basement. God knows where the hell it is. But, all right. Yeah, this is System 7.1 with kind of funky video things going on here. We did when I swapped around the video memory. I was able to change it to thousands, but yeah, that's probably for some networking server they were playing with. Yeah, there's not much on this hard drive, all things considered. Because here's like all the MPEG sources, I would assume. These MPI and MPG files. I'm just making sure we looked in every folder here. Yeah, let's open the weather one. This had weird colors before. Let's see if this solves it. No, this software is not going to run on anything but this particular machine. Well, the colors aren't too bad now, but they're still kind of funky. This is a LC68040. 25 megahertz with special decoding hardware at the bottom. Which, I mean, hey, maybe you could definitely play the video files. Oh, look at this. Is Tron something some Sunrise 2? Tronic something Sunrise or something like that. Don't forget to like this video, folks. Oh, Tropical Sunrise. Okay, that's a thing. Yeah, I know somebody, a collector, tried to get this stuff to work. He had some Oracle server or something like that. Ooh, Bismarck. But I don't think he ever got it to work. I probably have software that he did not. All because of just a chance of somebody on Mastodon was like, hey, I have one of those. Here's the hard drive. I'm like, what? Yeah, Bismarck it is. Come on. Let's get this Bismarck going. Or do I have to use the arrow keys? Don't seem to be doing that. I don't... Yeah, it's not really doing much. I know, Thomas, but we did boot this on thousands of colors, and this screen still looked the same. This might be PAL for all I know. I don't have no freaking clue. No, don't worry. These text files, I believe this shows like some weather details that are baked in, because these look like cities. Yeah, Cleveland. Let's see if we got Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, EWR. There's Newark. So we have Sunday, very cloudy, showers. Yeah, see? This is all information that's built in to this. $1995, maybe. Yeah, I know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm in a candy store right now. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Set-top box. Oh, look at this. MPEG equipped only. But it doesn't look like there's like a toggle or something. This is cool. Okay. Well, there's like 2 apps or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know if this close that. Let's open that up again. It's weird because it doesn't let me select anything seemingly, but the arrows don't seem to do anything. Full screen, close, scroll screen, no movie, without timeout, with timeout. Touch or remote. Interesting! Well, maybe they mean cursor, but... Yeah, there is Japanese text on here. Can't seem to set any of these options.
You can get a weather forecast for Japan or the continental United States right here. Touch the country you want information about.
Was not expecting that. Oh, this is nuts. Please wait. Checking the weather. This is James. James, look what we got here. Look at this freaking prototype baby running. It's got an MPEG chip on there. We have video out. We're capturing composite video out from this thing right now via a very janky port shoved into the SCART port. Oh man. This guy gave me some hard drive online and it has all this cool stuff on it. Ah, it's nuts. This is nuts. All right, how do we get a city?
Please make your selection now.
Oh, I see. There's like a little arrow deal over here. Like a little remote guy. Maybe, yeah, maybe I have to... Oh, this is nuts. The hard drive boots. System 7.1 with all these custom extensions and crap. Ah. I can't make the window full screen. I mean, I don't know if clicking this is going to do anything. That kind of just makes it worse. Oh, Mac OS. Yeah, you can't really drag it. There was options for scrolling of the screen, but clicking doesn't seem to do anything. I could click help. You can't maximize the window. Oh man. See tomorrow. Leave weather and go back to Oracle TV. Touch a direction to move to another region. Go up, down, or sideways from the whatever. Oh, so this is just like telling you what the buttons do. Yeah, see, it's like cut off. All right, hold on. I have an idea. Oh! Well, it had it for a second. Hold on. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. So it's going to come up with this thing. So we want set-top box, English, touch, without timeout, full screen, view movie. I'm just clicking. I don't know if that's actually doing anything, but... I'm just guessing. I'd be very curious to see if this software does anything on the very late model set-top box I have here. As far as video out, that'd be nuts. Because to my knowledge, nobody has gotten video out on that thing working. Yeah, that didn't seem to do anything. So maybe I have to click it a certain way. I don't know. Maybe there's like an invisible button or something next to it I'm not seeing. Let's just like click Japanese a bunch. Guessing there would be like a checkbox or something. I don't know. I'm just seeing if it changes.
このコーナーでは日本とアメリカの鉄器予報を見ることができます。
Ah, yes!
どちらかの国に出て
It's in Japanese now if you can't hear the little tiny speaker. You probably can't. Oh yeah, Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is so going to be shown at VCF. Now you'll never get back to English. Please wait. I don't want to wait, man. I've been waiting 15 plus years to get this stupid thing working. Tokyo. December 17th, 1994. Look at that. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This is a trip, man. I don't even care that my face is washed out in the corner. That's a little better. There's music too. Zodium, if I wasn't so tired, I'd be more excited. This is absolutely freaking nuts. Yeah, see, when I go to quit it, it must initiate something, and it tries to show. We play with the HBO. I don't think this Epcot thing works without connecting to a network, but we're gonna try. Oh yeah, that's Grant. What's his name? I always screw up the last name because Grant Hutchinson. Grant Hutchinson on Mastodon. Slurp, I believe, is his username. But pretty darn cool to see this even slightly working.
Use the arrow buttons on your remote control to choose the channel you want to explore. Press the select button to go there.
I'm guessing it's labeled Epcot because these
Make your selection now.
might have, been slated to be installed in some thing. I don't know. Yes, Esplorp. I'm sorry. Yes. That gentleman. Yeah, I have work in the morning. What of it? What are you, my boss?
Today's feature on the entertainment channel is HBO on demand. Press select now to watch HBO.
So this was HBO on demand. No. Yeah, they did hyper talking. So James rather. So
Use the arrow buttons on your remote control.
I'm only guessing that's
Channel you want to explore. Press the select.
no matter what I click, it just goes. The cursor's invisible. It's very hard to see what I'm doing. This is nuts. This is absolutely freaking nuts. Crack this thing. You gotta work it. I'm very tempted to take out that set-top box,
Today's feature on the
plug in SCART,
is HBO.
see the click, and just see what happens with the same operating system. Super curious about that.
Use the arrow buttons on your remote control to choose the channel you want to explore.
I want to go to the education channel.
Select button to go there. Please make your selection now.
Thank you, Dan. I definitely am insane enough to hang on to something for 15 years and try and get it to work. If only one of these keys on the keyboard selected it. Doesn't seem like any of the keys on the keyboard select anything. Oh, those are the arrow keys. Billy. Let's see. I know hours. You just finished filming. Well, lifestyle it is. Now, I know there are videos of like introductions to go to the channel for some of these. So I'm guessing it would be playing those right now, but there's something with the MPEG video setting or whatever that is not doing something.
The lifestyle channel are fashion and fine dining in New York City and San Francisco. Please make your selection now. Please make your selection now.
Either one, buddy. Just don't want to start over. It's just I'm stubborn enough to try it and get some of this stuff working, I guess. What'd I press? Crap.
Welcome to Fashion Television, where you can shop off the runways of New York. Today we are featuring the spring collection. Nicole Miller, DKNY, Catherine Emmett, and Tracy. Use the arrow keys to highlight the collection you would like to browse. Then press select.
Hopefully you heard a little bit of that. Sorry about my fingers on the microphone. Let me adjust that a little bit. Yeah, I need a remote.
Present. To add an item to your personal order list, use the arrow keys to highlight the item and press select.
This is online shopping. I wish there was a select button on the keyboard. Yeah, give me the $270 crummy looking sweater.
This item has been added to your personal order list. Now select your size. To continue shopping, select Designers, View Selections, or Runway.
Yeah, runway.
To continue shopping, select Designers, View Selections, or Runway.
Give me a large with a small fry. I'll make it a big fry.
Selection removed.
Yeah, the cursor's invisible here, so
Selection ordered. Now select your size.
Stella. Ah. This is driving me nuts.
To continue shopping, select Designers, View Selections, or Runway.
I'm trying to be a designer here.
Select Selection ordered.
All right, so let's go all the way to the left and then come back.
Selection removed. Selection ordered.
It is very chatty. I wish I had.
Continue shopping, select Designers,
Wait, let me see.
Selections, or Runway.
Hold on. What remote controls do I have here? Damn. I was not expecting this to work, folks. Oh man. I am at a loss for words. Would it be a Sony remote? Would it be an Apple remote from one of their existing systems, you know? This is a JVC remote. That's not going to do anything. Yeah, but I can't click on anything. That's the problem. Yes, this is an image. It's backed up. It's will be shared publicly. Thankfully. Yeah, but the Harmony remote, there's a billion different devices. I don't know what I would select.
To continue shopping, select designer. View selections or runway.
I have Apple remotes somewhere. It's very late. I don't know if I want to start looking for that. Let's quit this for a second. See, this is Epcot Nav. No light span, whatever that is. Resources. MPEG. Yeah, here would be entertainment, info, lifestyle, weather. So audio files for Japanese language, audio files for English language. Data. MPEG source. Network. Ah. So it's expecting to get this stuff over the network. Mode. Oh, so this is... This is how you control it. So let's see here. If I change this to say... Wait, what was the other one? One of them said touch on it. I think it was the weather. No, not that one. Standard format. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Select a number. See tomorrow's forecast. I just want to see if any of these have things in there too. Epcot Nav, sounds. Fashion remote. So it goes full screen. Just scream at it. Hey, I want this dress. I want it now. I have a cursor. Kind of. Oh. Doesn't seem like any keys on the keyboard react to this. Just the arrows. Group tools. Okay. Black background. Oh! Here's I guess a test thing for images. Exactly, James. Exactly. Oh. Underpowered and ropey. Oh. Oh, I love it. Oh, you got a bunch of different sounds here. It's sort of like corrupting itself as I continue, which is, you know, typical. Dining. Backgrounds. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm just curious how they started it up without the push button thing. Maybe it's through the remote. We'll find out. Shows to your wife. Oh, I'm getting tired. I am curious of one thing before we stop this here. So yeah, this is the network extensions. Epcot QuickTime, no beep. Yeah, this is that. Wait, what was under? One second. Something that we're the dining. Oh wait. Menu. Nah. I wonder if we could open up this Oracle thing and then open up something else. Nope. Temp workaround. Unused objects. Local dev movie. Nope. Local runtime movie. Oh yeah, yeah. There's language here I don't understand of like what exactly it's looking for. I'm sure we could figure this out when it's not 2 a.m. This is incredible progress, though. Never had I imagined that tonight I'd be opening this thing up and actually playing around with it. I mean, come on. How freaking cool is this? Yeah, because if I try any of these, it doesn't seem to understand. Yeah, too large. Let's try a small one. I mean, they're all large. Weather. Yep. Nope. I do, but I would have to find batteries and all this stuff. So at this point in time, I don't have that. But oh, didn't we have to turn on 32-bit addressing? Yeah, it is on because we have a battery installed. So I did remember that. Oh, this is just nuts. Yeah, so we had Mac bugs installed, but I was crashing the thing. Oh man, there was a screen that we got before that was like it said Oracle Media Objects. Where was that? Was it here? No. It was somewhere strange. Oh. Key number 45. Okay. Interesting. Resources. No. And these are all just like little intro movies. That's all they are. They're not anything too crazy. Data, MPEG source, let's see, mode file, remote, MPEG source network. What is this called? Standalone. Yeah, so I guess I could change that. No timer. Alarms, folder stack control. That's for touch. This is remote. All neat stuff, man. All right, I'm going to shut this down, but I want to try one last thing. Because now we have some sort of thing here. I'm just very curious about something. Just hold on one second. I will not be able to sleep. Will not be able to sleep if I did not test this. So I'm going to test it just very quickly. This is the production one. I believe this power supply works, but I'm not taking any chances. I know this other one right here works. This is from a Quadra. And that's right, folks. I am pushing my luck because I don't know when to quit. Okay, so we just need a SCSI adapter. Which I have, well, I should have, right here. Give me one moment. I just used one the other day. It couldn't have gone too far because the idea here is maybe that software will work on this. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows. So we're going to try it because why not? That poor processor got pretty darn hot. Let me just see. Where did I put that adapter doodle? It's got to be around here somewhere. Because I did just have it when I was messing around with the PowerBook like a few days ago. It's probably over here, maybe? That's a SCSI cable. I mean, I have other ones. I just know that this one works. That's the thought process here. Well, I guess the blinking light on the blue SCSI would tell me if it's working or not. Yeah. All right. Let me just grab wherever that SCSI cable went. Because there's multiples. I'm just gonna steal whatever works. Let's move this. These are network cables. I don't see a SCSI cable in there. That's more cables, but no SCSI. Where's the SCSI cables? Where have all the SCSI cables gone? Nope, those are logic boards. Oh, there's one. Yoink. Please be the right end. No, that's for a floppy drive. Damn it, Apple. With your HDI whatchamacallits that look all similar. I had the darn thing. Because I booted up a friggin' PowerBook. Like, where'd it go? It's the SCSI Terminator. Hold on, folks. I know I'm insane, but not that insane. I did just have the darn thing. Everyone's like, Steve's lost it. I'm going to bed. I want to go to bed too. It's cold down here. The bed is nice and cozy and warm upstairs. And I'm not in it. Let's see. So PowerBook blue SCSIs. It's probably just like buried under something here. No. Sorry, folks. I am earnestly trying. Because there's a PowerBook SCSI port on the back of the set-top box 3 model. So I need the PowerBook SCSI adapter doodle thingama bobber. What's it? Did it fall down or something? It would be funny if it fell down. I didn't notice, but my desk is so cluttered with stuff right now. No. It could have fallen back there. I mean, of course, I want to try out one thing real quick, and I can't find the damn thing I'm looking for. A whole thinking pile of SCSI cables. No. Let's see. Where's the bin marked PowerBook? Those are just cables. There should be no, because all the SCSI PowerBook cables are in a box, a bin rather, that says like Vintage Apple PowerBook, whatever the heck. Where the heck is that bin? Well, nobody watches the last bits of these live streams anyway, hopefully. Or you'd see a madman looking for an adapter that he just had the other day. A sleep-deprived madman, but a madman still. Hopefully this is mildly entertaining. Just pop around. I wish that would be the case. Let's see, we have SCSI cables over here. That's a zip drive. Oh yeah. I had my like whole setup there when I was recording that video. And the SCSI cable is probably like, hold on. Hold please. Where did I put those? Because it was like for a prop. I put everything in the, here it is. Yay! Okay, all right. So, I have two of them, and they're the wrong gender for the SCSI I want to use. You can do this, Stephen. You have the technology. You have a zip drive, which would be your little pass-through, and now we just need the power adapter for the zip drive, which you just tripped over one. It's right here. Okay, now we're cooking with gas, folks, because we're gonna try. We're gonna try. We got everything. We got it, folks. Yeah, I know the manual. I have that somewhere. That power supply got pretty warm. All right. So what I'm going to do is just use the video out from here because the SCART connections are blocked off. So I'm just curious. I doubt it's going to work, but I'm just curious. So I'm actually going to move this keyboard. We're just going to put this on top of there for now, like a nice Macintosh sandwich. We're going to use our zip drive. This is a frickin' Windows zip drive. Going to use a normal SCSI zip drive here, even if it doesn't work, just as a SCSI pass-through thingamabobber. So termination off. And we're just using that PowerBook SCSI cable we have, and we'll see if this wants to do anything. All right, let's put that here. And if you're thinking, Stephen, you're a madman, I know I am. It's not, no question in my mind, buddy. I hope that is making a secure connection. The zip drive is on. Let's plug this in here, and then we need to plug ADB into the side, and we'll see if this does anything now. Last thing I wanted to try tonight, because I am curious. All right, let's turn her on. So it is on, I think. We have power on SCSI. No activity yet. I forget how we get this thing to boot up. the light is red. Forgot how I got this thing to boot up last time. Ah, boy. Sorry, I didn't even read the chat. Vintage Apple suit. Yes. Is the processor getting warm? Yes. Heard like a speaker. No, there's no speaker. I thought I heard a speaker pop. No activity on the SCSI. Oh, there we go. Now we have activity on the SCSI. It's booting. Not getting any video out though. Which I expected, to be honest. Alright, this SCSI port is kind of borked. Hold on. This connector, yeah, I don't think is one or two of the plastic things on this SCSI port is a bit screwed up. And this is keyed for a PowerBook. Yeah, so it's not like making the best connection. If I hold it, it seems to boot. Let's just try one more time. Yeah, activity. Well, SCART says do not remove, so I would assume this is not wired for SCART functionality at all. So pushing the power button makes those lights on the blue SCSI go off temporarily. That's right, I pushed the restart button here. I mean, there are some similar chips, but I would assume the extensions would be different. Because this is probably looking for something over the network, right? You know? Let me try this again. It just would have killed me if I did not did not try it, you know? So the hard drive image is now plugged into this set-top box 3. I'm sorry, that's not apparent. That's what we're doing right now. Hi. It is late. I need to be in bed. I should have been in bed hours ago. Yeah, see, I think the SCSI port is screwed up here. All right, it looks like it's in a happy position as far as the cable. I'm just trying to see if I could start this up. Okay, so we have solid power, solid activity. So I think it is starting, but I don't think it's booting yet. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not acting like it's booting. The color of the LED is red. So if I hold it down, that changes. Yeah, I've got it to boot under System 7.5 before. But I'm trying System 7, so who knows? Who knows? The keyboard doesn't really seem to be doing much. There's a header for a floppy drive and for a fan, but I don't see a header for a speaker, which would be nice to hear, but I don't even think the sound comes out of the back here. When did we get a black screen instead of the... Interesting. Now we're getting a black screen. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, this is the image for the set-top box prototype that we were just working on. I was just curious if it did anything. Probably not, but I forgot how I got this thing to boot before. The startup key doesn't seem to do anything. Let me try termination on the zip drive. I'm using weird SCSI things. It's SCSI voodoo. Oh, it was blinking there for a second. Let's try this again. Off and on. Now without me pushing anything. Let's see if it automatically tries to do anything. Yeah, it blinks twice like it's booting, and then it's probably saying like, this system is not, this image won't work with this version of the Mac OS or whatever. So I was just, curious, obviously. Yeah, no dice. What the hell? Let's try SCART just for the heck of it. It says do not remove, and I did. Oops. These virgin SCART plugs, never used by a soul. Ow, I stabbed myself. And let's plug that in to this guy here. I doubt it's going to do anything different. I should try that keyboard with the lights, because then I can see if it's actually doing anything. Ugh. At least it's been an interesting night, folks. Okay, yeah, so when I turn that light on, I think it boots, because the lights come on the keyboard. Make sure the SCSI, this SD card isn't all the way. Yeah, so blink, blink. It's booting, because the lights are blinking, so it is booting, but I'm not expecting to see anything on the screen. But hey, it's something. I'm just going to unplug it, plug it into there, and nothing. Oh well. This SCSI connector is definitely funky. Last ditch effort. Just try it one more time. The red button on the board is a reset switch. If nothing else, we've learned the price of a very 90s designer dress. Hell yeah. That's what we've learned today. Well, this was fun. At least we got to poke around. What if you try to boot from the proper image and then mount the other image? Well, I can't. There's no video. There's never video out on these things. That's the whole curse of them. Nobody has figured out video output as far as drivers or anything, because they were probably loaded from a server, and that server's long gone. So, yeah. Oh well. We tried. I did get this thing to boot off of System 7, and I have a trick up my sleeve to try and do that again. But we'll have to wait till another day, because I am sleepy, and we've been playing with this stuff for way too long. But let's recap our accomplishments here. My goodness, we got this stupid thing working. We got video out from the Prototype 1 set-top box. We don't get MPEG working yet. For whatever reason, the MPEG video is not playing. I don't know why. Maybe the chip is sad. Who knows? But after recapping it, it boots. We get the rounded corners. So I'm excited. So there is some more fun to play around with. I have to get a proper SCART cable. Want to try the RF in and out and all that stuff. We'll have to play around with it. But I am super excited. Thank you everybody for hanging in there in this stupid late night stream. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the likes and subscribes. Feel free to share my excitement online because I'm excited. Big thanks to Grant again for giving me this hard disk image. Without that, I don't think we'd get anywhere today. I'm very curious if there are any extensions that were driving the video out, because it seemed like they weren't. That might all just be the hardware through that PDS slot. But yeah, anyway, super excited. The third prototype, I don't think it's ever going to work, but who knows. A lot of the same cap values on there though, so I think, oh yeah, this cap is loose too, so that can't help. But anyway, we'll have to recap this another day. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in, for watching me through this insanity. This was crazy. I hope to get this hard disk image up soon on Macintosh Garden archive.org, so at least you can play around with some of those MPEG files in the emulator. But that's about it for now. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll be playing around with this set-top box, I'm sure, another time real soon. So take care, and have a good one. Bye.